In this video, I take you on a journey out to an abandoned cottage located in the middle of the South Australian Dark Sky Reserve, where you will see me capture some epic astro shots. So join me in this adventure where you'll learn how to take a foreground panorama along with some other tips and tricks. Alright, we're here, and just behind me is a beautiful cottage that we'll be shooting tonight. And the reason why I've chosen this spot is just it's a beautiful cottage, number one, and number two, it will look brilliant against the Milky Way in the background. So what I'll do is we'll set up and I'll talk you through how I'm going to shoot the shot, and we'll get into it. Alrighty, so here is our beautiful cottage that I've got conveniently lit up for you guys, so you can actually see it. My filming camera isn't what you call the best at night, so it needs a bit of help with a bit of light. But what the plan will be to get a panorama of this cottage here, and I think the best way to do it is to set my camera up somewhere around here in a vertical orientation. We'll do 3 panels at 30 degrees rotation each. So I think that should be enough to well and truly get this cottage in. If I get time, I might do a bit of light painting as well. And there's a couple of other little compositions that are behind us that I'll show you later that we might get if we get time. The clouds are rolling in pretty quick, so I was pretty happy to get some track shots before I started filming. So I've seen that and started panicking, and got my star tracker out pretty quick and filmed track the stars. The Milky Way is going to be coming up sort of along the side of this cottage here. It's currently sort of about there now, but we'll fire off some test shots and see where it is now, and I will fill you in more. So here's my setup here. I'm running, obviously I've got my camera sitting on the star tracker because I've got all my tripods in use at this point in time. I use a Z bracket, which is one of the Move Shoot Move brackets. Highly recommend those. Also highly recommend a rotating base that you can dial in degrees. when you rotate and do your panoramas, you can actually rotate it to the degrees you set, so it makes it a lot easier in the dark to rotate it to whatever degree that you're got it set to. And then I've just got an Andoa tilt head, which also stops me from losing my left and right, so it just can go up and down without it moving anywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the camera up, and we're going to do a sweep. We're going to do a low foreground, so we'll do a row of foreground shots. We'll go up a level and then do the next row, which will cover over the top of the chimney. So you want to go always over the top of your subject for when you do your sky later, so this makes it easy to blend in Photoshop. So keep that in mind, guys. But I'm going to start shooting, and we'll go from there. I've actually had to reposition my camera because I wasn't thinking forwards, and so many things to think of when you're doing shots like this. I didn't have enough room to do everything I needed to get in. So again, what I'm planning on doing is doing a really angled down row of shots, so 3 shots, so 3 separate panels, lifting it up and then getting it just so it goes over the top of the chimney of the house and the roof line. That's going to make it easier for later on when I blend the sky in. So and we're blending the sky obviously because it's a track shot. But let's get shooting and see how we go. So I'm going to have to turn off all the lights to do this, but what I'll do is I'll do a dry run now to sort of give you an idea of what how I'm going to be doing it in the dark. But the camera's pointing down, and I've got this set to 30 degrees. That's what's required for this 20mm lens, and I'm going to start shooting. So I'll take one shot here until it clicks, another shot there, and another shot here. All right, so bear in mind I won't have all these lights on, so there's going to be no shadows or anything like that. And at this point, what I'm going to be doing is lifting this up so we go above that roof line. I don't know whether you can see it on the screen there. We'll go above the roof line of the house, and then we're going to go 3 clicks. 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll have our foreground. So my settings are going to be 20 seconds, f1.8, and ISO 6400, and see how that goes. So here's the result of the first composition. I think this came out really well, but let me know what you think in the comments. Right, this is the second composition of the night. I have no clue what it is. All I can say is it looks like a bit of an old wheat mill or something to that description, but it's just been left here to rot as well. So it's great for us because it's going to be a perfect composition, I think. And again, the Milky Way is sort of going to be just behind it over here. So we'll do a track sky anyway, but we'll do some test shots to work out exactly where the Milky Way is so we can replicate it when we stitch the sky back in later. So I'm going to light paint this subject here, and I will show you throughout the process. Now I've managed to commandeer my other tripod now, so I needed to get down nice and low to get this mill in the background to sort of look up into the sky a little bit, because I didn't want it to get lost in the sky. So yeah, if we get down nice and low, it should make it pop a little bit. So I'm going to start light painting it now and see how we go. So we'll set my camera to ISO 3200, I reckon. And what we're going to do, 3200, and we're going to go F4 for 20 seconds. And I'm going to do a series of light painted shots and see how they come out. Alrighty, so we've just finished our light painting and our series of shots on this old mill here. I've taken a longer exposure of the Milky Way behind, plus I've also got a track sky that I can use as well. So I'll show you both of those images, and if they turn out, this is the shot. So here's the second composition of the night, this light painted mill. Well, that's what I think it is. If you know what it is, leave your thoughts in the comments. But I think this came out really, really well also. Now there is another composition that I have just found, which I'll take you over and show too. I just think it's going to be good. It's got one of the melogenic dust clouds above the chimney, and I think it lines up really, really well on this house. So I'll move you over there and show you. As I mentioned, the melogenic, or however you say it, that's how I say it, dust cloud or cloud is just up above the chimney. I'm not sure if it's actually a dust cloud. I'm sure it's a ball of gas of some description, but it's actually up above the chimney here, and I think it's going to make a nice composition with the Milky Way sort of running across the top if we can get it. But that'll be our next shot, and I will also do a little bit of light painting on the front of the house to sort of bring out the texture of the brick. So we'll get into that shot too, and hopefully it comes out good. Wow, that looks great. I'm sure it will freak anyone out that drives past in their car and they see the lights on. All right, so the next step is to get our sky exposures above. I'm not going to use the tracker. I'm just going to try some non-tracked images to see how we go. If I need to get the tracker out, I will. But let's start shooting the sky. So after shooting the sky, I was super pleased on how this shot came out. With the melogenic clouds above the house, I just think it added a nice touch to the picture. Sometimes less says more. Well guys, I think that's about it for tonight. It's been a bit of an epic adventure. I love doing photo shoots like this. I love bringing back beautiful old history like this back to life, doing it justice. So hopefully whoever built the place back in the day would love what I've done. But look, thank you very much for coming along on this adventure. I really do appreciate it. If you want to come on some more adventures, please hit that subscribe button and I'll be more than glad to take you on some more. So thank you guys, thanks once again, and I'll see you on the next adventure.